So when you hear the word Bitcoin, what comes to mind? Probably charts, maybe some code, or, digital gold. But what if its most powerful use case isn't on some trading screen, but on the streets of a South African township? Today, we're going to unpack an incredible story of how cryptocurrency became a tool for community, for hope, and for real, tangible change. It all starts with one simple, but really powerful idea.
Just let that sink in for a second. This sentence comes directly from a resident of the township. It's not about investment returns or market caps, it's about hope. And honestly, that's the real theme of this entire story. So how on earth did we get here?
Well, it all starts with a man named Herman. He saw the world-changing potential of Bitcoin, but he ran into this huge problem. Almost nobody was actually using it in their day-to-day lives. His big question was, how do you fix that? And the answer, believe it or not, came from a very unexpected place.
Now, this is where his idea gets really clever. Herman was already running a nonprofit for underprivileged youth, and he had this light bulb moment. If he could teach people in a community facing real, actual economic hardship how to use Bitcoin, well, then nobody in a more privileged position could ever claim it's too complicated. It was the ultimate proof of concept.
An ideal like this doesn't just pop up overnight. It was a long journey. Herman started his surf nonprofit way back in 2010. He stumbled upon Bitcoin in 2013, but the real aha moment came in 2019 when he heard about the Bitcoin Beach project down in El Salvador. That's when all the pieces just clicked into place. And by 2020, he was ready to pivot his nonprofit and build his very own Bitcoin economy.
Okay, so having a great idea is one thing, right? But making it actually work is a whole different ballgame. How did they really build a functioning Bitcoin economy from the ground up? Well, it all started with a concept called a circular economy.
The engine for this whole project is actually pretty simple. Pay people in Bitcoin. All 18 staff members of the nonprofit get 100% of their salaries in Bitcoin. Boom. That immediately creates a group of people who need places to spend it. The whole goal is to get them to spend it at local shops, who can then use that Bitcoin to pay their own suppliers or staff, keeping that value right there in the community, circulating around and around.
But you might be asking, how do you convince local shop owners to accept a totally new digital currency? They used this brilliant strategy they call the power of one. Instead of trying to sign up everyone all at once, they focused on just one business. They gave that owner total white-glove support, training, troubleshooting, even free advertising. And once that first shop was a success, other businesses saw the benefit, and naturally, they wanted in. This simple method brought over 30 businesses into the fold.
And this next part is, I think, just brilliant. It shows so much creativity. They took a core crypto concept, you've heard of it, proof of work, and they gave it a completely new, real-world meaning. In their version, residents prove their work by cleaning their neighborhood. They snap a picture of the trash they've collected, send it in, and get a weekly payment in Bitcoin. It's an amazing way to keep the community clean while also getting more Bitcoin into the hands of the people who actually live there.
Okay, so we've seen the system, the mechanics, but this is where the story really hits home. The people. The impact on their day-to-day lives has been, well, it's been profound.
Just listen to the difference in their own words. One resident explained that they used to get paid in the local currency, the rand, and that, quote, it was hard before. But now being paid in Bitcoin, they said, I am able to save a little bit more now. It's much better. Look, this isn't about getting rich quick. It's about gaining a small but absolutely crucial buffer, a sense of financial stability.
And get this, the changes go way beyond just finances. Here's one of the most incredible stories to come out of this. A resident shared that he used to spend his money at the local tavern every single weekend. But once he started getting paid in Bitcoin, he started to see it as a savings tool. He made a choice. He decided to put that money into his Bitcoin savings instead. His conclusion? So now I'm no longer drinking. Just, wow.
What we're seeing here is a perfect real-world example of a pretty important economic idea called time preference. It's really just about valuing your future more than the present moment. By seeing Bitcoin as a way to build long-term wealth, residents started making different choices, choosing a better future over that instant gratification.
And it wasn't just a one-off thing. Another resident said something really similar. He quit spending money going out with friends so he could focus on saving. He felt that the old system, using government money or fiat, was a constant source of stress. But with Bitcoin, he felt this new sense of control. As he put it, Bitcoin don't make you stress.
Now, if the story ended there, it would already be incredible, but it doesn't. This local experiment is already creating a massive ripple effect across the entire country.
Just look at this number. 2 years ago, there were only 3 of these projects in South Africa. Today, there are at least 15. The founder himself calls this growth insane. It's not just an idea anymore. It's catching on, and it's catching on fast.
And their vision for the future? It's beautiful. The hope is that each of these successful communities will act like a tree, just throwing seeds of inspiration and knowledge all across South Africa. The goal isn't to control a movement, but to inspire hundreds of others, creating this massive grassroots network of local economies.
Which brings us to this final, really big question. We usually look to Silicon Valley or Wall Street for financial innovation, right? But maybe, just maybe, the most revolutionary ideas are coming from the places we'd least expect. Could a model born out of necessity in a South African township fundamentally change how all of us think about and use money? It's definitely something to think about.